I am Niveditha.indrajit and this is Sushmita Aduri, my friend, actually my husband's friend who became my friend. She is an image consultant or a version of an image consultant that she's making herself into. So I'd like to travel this journey with her. So the floor is open to you. I'm not going to ask you any questions here because you know where to start and you know where to flow.
Okay. Hello, Nivedita. It's long time. Nice again talking to you. Yeah, I think we have met in 2014, right? So yeah, that was what through Indrajit. So her husband is my friend, colleague in Dr. Reddy's, and then the journey started all there, and then today we are here.
After we met and became friends, he's out of the picture, right?
He's out of the picture. We don't know it. Now and then, if I ask him any question, what about this? And then he just and then probably
Let's not tell him that.
Yeah, if he's reading some good book or anything, will be applicable, or it will help me to some extent. He forwards those PDFs to me still.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm just trying to grab you for myself.
Yes, and then I'm also best friend of Vidur. Right?
Yeah.
I'm in Cinderella.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this all started in 2014. Yes. So hello all. I think we are in chit chat, so probably met after a long time. So hello all. I'm Sushmita Aduri, based out of Hyderabad, a certified image consultant and a behavioral coach. So I've been with the corporate for more than 15 years, and last year I resigned my job and took this profession full time and working on it. Very soon you'll be listening my brand name. I'm working on it. The website is right. I'm working on building the website and the logo design. So registration of the company is done. That's a good news. But I'll announce the name soon to all of you. So that's me.
So why did you choose to be an image consultant? I mean, what made you, like, you were already working and you were doing your job and stuff like that, and how come you parallelly studied image? What called you to me, when I think of image, it's like you can't stay in one role, and for me, personality and being you is more um, appealing. But at the same time, when I see you, this is also appealing because it doesn't fit the exact what image talks about. So I want to understand.
So I would always say myself as an I'm a born image consultant. I've said this I said this to everyone, to all the people I met, including Sumana Agarwal, our founder of ICBI, right? I'm a born image consultant. I really don't know the concepts or anything, but even from the childhood, right, when I'm 4 years, 5 years old, I used to dress myself like top to bottom, everything in matching. Blue dress, wear blue shoes, blue, everything blue. And I used to have all those heels. My father used to buy all those heels, and we don't have anything like stacking shelves and all. So I used to dust them and then keep them in a row to the wall. All the ones every day I used to dust all the heels. I used to have all colors of heels. Right, so it is that I think I got it from my father again. I should say that his dressing style, his sense. My mom is not that. Again, my father, my dad, he has a great dressing sense. Right, anywhere you see him, he's in his best dress, and he always in his best appearance he could give. So maybe that's genetic. So it has come with me all day long. I've been playing with dresses, not knowing what I'm doing. So because I'm not an image consultant, I don't know the science behind it. I'm still trying to play with that. So being from Tadepalligudem, right? I'm from Tadepalligudem, West Goa district. So and from an Orthodox Brahmin family, we have not much scope of into fashion or anything. And at that age, I really don't have anybody who could really guide me into. And the only profession obviously available for all of us is becoming an engineer, right? MSET or ITC or whatever it is, right? And then, you become an engineer and then carry on. So I was in the same boat. I wrote and said I got some rank, and then my father wants to take me in computer science engineering. Now I said I want chemical engineering, and there's a trick behind here why I choose chemical engineering, because I love colors. It's sitting before a computer doing this is not me, right? I cannot sit in one place for more than an hour or 2 hours, and it makes me suffocated. I'll have to move around, and I'm such kind of person. So even not knowing what chemical engineering, I took it up because it rhymes with the word chemistry, assuming that there would be so many labs where I can make all the solutions, colorful solutions, and all of that.
So
Right?
even the solutions had to be colorful, huh?
Colorful. Right? So nitrate solution, I forgot, golden bubbles and all we get, right? So like right, similar. So that's what made me to choose chemical engineering. Again, my father's will finally has to agree to me. So I did 4 years of chemical engineering and then started my career as a chemical engineer. Flowed, and finally landed. I don't want to become at any point of time a software engineer, but finally I don't know how I landed up. I've landed up as a software engineer in Deloitte. Have been associated with Deloitte for more than a decade. So it was like I was searching that should do something. No, this is not me. This is not me. This is not me. What should I do? What should I do? Then suddenly one day I was in gym. And then suddenly I saw a newspaper on the table which has this ad of Image Consulting Business Institute. That day I went to office. I didn't do any work. Whole day, 8 hours, I was sitting before the system and then reading the people who are image consultants, reading their biographies, started reading it. And I said, no, this is me. This is what I'm doing actually. I may not know the science behind it. Why this color? Right? Why am I choosing to wear the matching stuff? I really don't know why I'm doing it, but I'm doing it. But then this will help me to that aspect of me, which will enhance me as well as maybe I can help others as well. So that immediate Saturday, I went to the institute. I just sat down. I asked the head, city center head. So I asked him and then was talking. And I know this is me. I came home 3 days, 4 days. I could not sleep. The fees is so high. First thing, I couldn't actually pay, but they want to pay everything in one lump sum shot, and then I wasn't at that point of time. I wasn't comfortable to afford the fees and stuff. I don't know what to do. What to do? I scream here, there, 6 months, 7 months. That's not going from my mind. All these 7 months, I've been reading about image consultants, and then I found somebody online. I've started talking about them. I started talking to them, and then if I have any um, uh, major occasions or anything, there is one lady called Chetna. She's like my mentor, and I admire her so much. Right, so I started asking her, because I know now there is something behind it which will affect, which was not there. So I started asking her, I have a public speaking event tomorrow, I'm going there. So how do you want me to dress? Then she told me, Sushmita, try this dress, then if you have a blazer, wear minimum of makeup. And I wore that and I went to it, and it was a success. So then when I saw that my first success interacting with an image consultant and saw that first success, it actually like, whatever it is, I will do. Again, I went to the institute. Right. So that time our city center head was Moses Praveen Kumar. So I told him, this is what. See, I don't know what you will do. I want to pursue this course. This is the road. I've never met him before. The once I met him last time, and then this is the second time. So the second time I went, I said, I want to pursue this course. Now the problem is this: you should help me breaking that into a minimum EMI so that I could afford and do it. But whatsoever is. Then he said, Sushmita, okay, let me try and talk to him. So then he talked to our heads, right? All the heads and all, and I don't know what he convinced. And then I got that, they agreed to give me that. Right now, the challenge is here, you have the classes on Saturday and Sunday. 5-day working week, Saturday, Sunday, for about 10 months. Right? And then every class you have an assignment which you should submit. Only then you will get certification. Only after those assignments are submitted and you get a grading for them, only then you would get certified. It's like 10 and a half, 11 months almost. I never took a break. 5 days I'm working, Saturday, Sunday is like I'm going there and coming back, and Monday, Tuesday, and all I'm sitting and doing my assignments. And there is one colleague of mine called Swati. She's like close to me. Every time I go to class, I come and discuss with Swati this what happened. And we used to sit in the chai counter outside there and or in the cafeteria and see that this is the shape. He's in this shape. You should be in this lady. So it's all about image consulting only. She started saying, Sushmita, I have become half image consultant after talking to you, though I didn't do. But it has become like that. So I did it, and then within 12 months, within a year of it, submitted all the assignments as and when I've done it, and then I got my certification. So then I should start doing it slowly. Slowly, I started doing it in the office, and I started in the small group within my team. Then, you know, there are other directors who really gave me an opportunity to actually look out. The learning and development team of Deloitte, and they also gave me a great opportunities to work with other people, help them with the trusting aspect of it. And then, yes, I know this going, and then okay, and then I started doing it after even 5 years. I was like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Like, no, somewhere I have to take that risk, take that step. Right. So as long as you are in that comfort zone, you are just there. Okay, let me just jump off this cliff and see what happens. I'll figure out when I jump, in the journey. So I've decided. I woke up one day. I said, I've told my boss that I'll be resigning, and then I've resigned, and then started from there slowly, and here I am today. Developing, starting working on my website branding stuff, and
So
that's
you were like when we always spoke, you talked about the shape, you talk about the color, and like even you have workshops which are small ones or sessions which are individual, like for the shape, and can you explain more about what are the different types of sessions a person can go through?
right.
If suppose I were to hire you or somebody were to hire you, what are the different kinds of services that are available?
Right. So here there are two things. We do workshops to a large number of groups, or it could be a personal one-on-one consultation.
Okay.
So if it is a personal one-on-one consultation, it starts really with the client need analysis, because I need to know what you actually need. So that we can it depends on our and how it depends on the client, right? So I just talk to the client, make you feel comfortable, get whatever I can get from him, and draw the need analysis. So in this need analysis is what we will define what will be the scope of the entire image consulting thing. So here couple of things again when we say it's just not about outer appearance, it could be something about inner goals, right? So there could be somebody who could come to me saying that Sushmita, I need my dressing because people are not listening to me or something like that. But then when we talk in this client need analysis, yes, dressing, body language, communication could be one part of it. But the thing is really like he's not speaking in an assertive manner, or maybe he's not able to listen to them. He need to work on his listening skills, or maybe his conflict resolution skills, right? So there's another aspect to it which will come up in this need analysis section. So it is a combination of both outer and inner. So coming to
It's
back,
not, so it's not purely paint and makeup, and that's not what it means. It also means working on the soft skills and your capabilities
everything,
and stuff like that.
right? Yes. We will talk about what's image in the next thing. We're coming to your question on the consultation, but I'll finish up and come to that question. So what happens in this consultation? Once the need analysis is done, when we agreed upon the time, it starts with the lifestyle analysis. I need to know what is your lifestyle. How do you spend your day?
What does lifestyle include?
So your lifestyle include right from when you wake up, where do you go, what do you eat, everything, right? So what is your social occasions like? Where do you just go and hang out? Everything about you. Typically, how a week or a month would look like for you, right?
Okay.
A month you might have an social occasion hanging out with friends, or every month you might have an public meeting, right, in office and all, where you talk to the HODs or the leadership, and them, right? So everything. So because your image in every occasion is different, and you need to have it for everything of it. So this lifestyle analysis will help me to cater your budget based on that thing. So if you are spending 40% of your time in office, right, like a Deloitte or something, you're spending 40% of your time. So your budget, so how much you should really allocate to that, how much budget in your of your, right, you should really allocate for that. Buying your clothes which will, be professional formal clothes basically for the office wear, and maybe 10% you go to pubs or parties or night parties, and all you may have to cater those, and then probably weddings and all, and then you may have activewear, swimwear, thing. So this lifestyle will help me to budget your actual clothing or accessory needs and all. So once this is completed, I will do your body shape. All of us are in different shapes and shapes, and we are all perfect as we are. Right? It is just that we need to know how to dress our shape. Right?
Okay.
So it is that, when you see something in the in the shop or something, you feel, yes, that's so nice, but that doesn't look good on me, because that's not your shape. Somewhere that's not your shape, but you don't know that it's not your shape, so that's not looking good on you. You don't know that part of it.
So in layman's language, that dress, I love to wear it, but it doesn't look good on me.
Yeah, it doesn't look good on me in the sense it doesn't.
It's not, because it's not your shape.
Right? So you'll have to dress as per your shape. So I will tell you, in Niveditha of this shape. So this is what you should, right, wear. Right? So see, if you like camouflaging their shapes, if you will say, no, Sushmita, my shoulders are broad, I don't want broad shoulders, and I want to look more like an ideal thing. So it depends again on the client needs. I will generally not say that, how you want, I'll just say this is your dressing. So now you are of, say, for example, triangle body shape. So I'll say that you're of triangle body shape. So if it's people like the triangle body shape, so triangle is like your little wider on your hip part. Right? This is how the triangle, right? So that's your choice. You can actually flaunt that style, flaunt that shape. There's no wrong in it, right? You can flaunt that shape, and you may say, no, Sushmita, I don't want to. I want to camouflage my triangle shape. So I give you something which will camouflage and give you a little ideal shape, right? So it depends on the client.
Okay.
So for camouflaging your shape, you need to wear this. For actually, going with that.
For enhancing, you require something. For camouflaging, okay.
You require, right? So I give them this. And then coming to the color part of it. So again, in our tradition, in our Indian culture and all, we say a dark, the fair. So fair, you can wear all the colors. Dark, no, don't wear these colors. So there is no concept of dark or, light or something. It is just that either you're a warm tone or a cooler tone, we say. So all of us, not only Indians, all over the world, they fall in these tones. So if you're warmer, you should more wear warmer tones. If you're cooler, you should wear more cooler tones.
So what does warm and cool, how do you identify?
Yeah, I'm coming there. So I will help you understand so I will analyze your hair, your cheek color, your skin color, and then I'll give you of what tone you are. Right? What color, where do you fall, whether it in warm or in cool. And then I will give you your personal
interesting
color. So, the colors you wear towards your face, they will actually enhance your face. And then the rest of the colors, if you are not allowed to wear, you can push it downwards. You can wear as a bottom. It's not that you cannot wear them all the time. Right? There's some colors you could push them to the bottom. Right? Okay. So that's one part of it. And then coming to the other part of it is a personal style. All of us have a personal style. Right? If you take Sushmita has a personal style, Niveditha has a personal style, Amitabh Bachchan has a personal style, right? Nagarjuna has a personal style. Everybody have a personal style. We have some likes, dislikes. So whatever I am recommending you, that should actually fit in your personal style. So this is a very good thing which we do, clinic we do in this thing. So this just not talks about your clothing. This talks about your physical. So how tall you are, how short you are. What are you skinny or are you healthy, it talks about everything. And then it talks about your psychological aspects, right? Personal style is just not about something. It talks about your psychology, are you emotional, or are you strong, or you arrogant, talks about it. And then comes your personal, and then comes your styling, dressing part of it. So in dressing it, when it comes to dressing, it talks about your lines, what kind of lines you like. Whether you like straight lines or you like only solids, right? When I say solids, the plain colors, right? Or you like checks, or you like flowers, patterns, right? What colors you like. And then from this, I derive what style you are, or the style scale. So I will refer you a dress which would fit in your lifestyle for your roles and goals using this body, what I've done, the body shape and color.
I like the term when you say using this body.
Yeah, using your body, right?
Yeah,
Right.
we have so many conversations where people don't even stay in the body, they're just out of the body. It's like you don't even acknowledge the body that we are. We don't even ask what do you want to eat, what do you want to wear. We never ask. I mean, but when you are saying all this, it's like, oh wow.
Yeah, your body wants to wear, if it is saying, say you're a warmer tone, your body wants you to wear those warmer colors. If you are
There
a
are times when I would go to the cupboard making up my mind that, you know what, I'm going to wear that. But however I go there, sometimes the body just picks up a different, and I'm wondering, this one, okay, but then when I wear it, it's really comfortable. Like, so I get what you're saying, and I love that.
Thank you. So, and again, when you say about wardrobe, I have something to say here. Every time we go and then, open our wardrobe and then see that what am I wearing today, you open, you see your dresses. The question might from outer side look like, what am I wearing today? But from the inner side, what your inner is saying is that, how I want to be perceived today.
Ah.
Right? So it's not about, it's just not about, your people are reading information, getting information about you by just looking at your appearance. See what that your appearance constitutes: your dressing, your makeup, hair, accessories, and then the way you're standing, body talking. How is your body talking again? Right? The body talk, your body language. Right? That's what gives the immediate cues. Right? Even before people meeting you, they see this. So when you are looking in the cupboard and picking a dress, it's just not that you're thinking this is what I'm wearing, but indirectly you're asking, you're telling to yourself that, that this is the type of image I'm going to perceive. So it's completely in your hands. How people want to perceive you is in your hands if you know how to play with this dressing.
So you're somewhere talking manipulation.
Not manipulation, choice. Choice is the right.
Okay.
Choice is the right word. I can choose how I want to be perceived as.
Okay.
Right? So whether I can choose that, whether I want to look authoritative, or I want to look approachable, I want to look friendly, or I want to look dependable, I want to look somebody who will listen, right? Who has a problem for all the solution. I have that in my thing, right? It's about me. Right? So it's me projecting that image. Right? So it's in my hands. It's a choice I am making. Even when coming to the makeup also, people have different views about makeup. So I tell this to everyone whom I meet, makeup is also a beautiful tool. You could choose, you're an artist, right? You're an artist. So, you have a canvas. And when you have a canvas and paint in your hand, so you draw, what, it's in your hands what to show to the world. Similarly, my face is a canvas.
It's a self-expression in a sort of a way.
It's this, I can just, the beauty tools or whatever, the makeup tools, all what we have, or like a paint. So I can show what I want to show. If I don't want to show my dark circles or the scars on my face, it's up to me. It's a beautiful expression, right? So there's nothing wrong in putting makeup.
Vulnerability, not necessarily transparency. Transparency, not necessarily vulnerability. At the same time, space to have whatever it is you would like to show up as.
Right. So it depends again, you don't want to show yourself vulnerable to every person you meet. right? So I'm going to business, so I'm going to a client. I may be vulnerable to few things. I don't want to show that. I want to show that I know what I'm doing. I'm the boss here. I know what I'm doing. I know my stuff, right? So I know what I'm doing. So I want to project that image. So it's a choice. I call it as a choice rather than a manipulation because it's in my hands.
Yeah, I get that.
Right? So again, we actually, when we were talking about, then you talked about the image part of it, right? So I'll come there. Again, when we say image or appearance, people think that it is just the outer. So people around us, luckily, when I did image consulting 5 years ago, people don't know what is this image consulting or what is this image management all about. But today, the scenario is different. People know what it is all about. But again, there is a wrong perception in many people that it is just about the outer appearance. Yes, we help you with dressing, we help you with makeup, we help you with accessories. Yes, but that's just one part of it. Right? Again, image, when I say, the definition might say that it is what other people perceive you. It's a reflection of you in other people's mind. Similarly, there is a reflection of you on your mind. Do you agree with me? There is a
Interesting, yeah.
reflection of you on your mind. So that's what we call as a self-image. I
Okay.
have my self-image wherein I portray and say that I'm this, and this. I may look at me as something else. As Niveditha, you might see me as a different person. So that is a perceived image of mine.
Okay.
Right? And then there is a third image called a visible image. So where people see it through my dressing, or when I'm going outside, when I'm making those first impressions on people, right? That's a visible image. Since we have known for each other, your image is more of a perceived image. So based on what we have talked or whatever, our conversations or the time we spend together, you might have an image. So, but when I'm going meeting somebody or for the first time somebody outside, probably they would have a different image of me. That could be a visual image, which means that how am I dressed, based on my dress, based on my makeup, based on my grooming, the accessories, or I'm carrying myself. Based on all those cues, they would have formed an image of me.
Right.
And then you have beautifully three images. Now, Sushmita, what I should do with these three? So what happens is that, you have a self-image. Think them as sets. We have done all the sets, right? In school, mathematics, right?
Yeah.
So your self-image is one set. Your visual image is one set, and your perceived image is one set. Three. One, two, three. And then these three intersection, there is something called as an intersection, right? The intersection.
Yeah.
So the intersection point is your actual presence. The more it is, the more in sync you are with yourself. So the intersection is very less. It means that you're not choosing to show off yourself, or you're not show off. Is it not the right word?
You're not actually showing yourself as you are.
As you are, right? So probably there are still some invisible aspects of you which people are not seeing.
Yeah.
Right? So it is that for you to actually project that, we call personal brand. Personal brand is a buzzword these days, right? So everywhere you go, people talking about personal brand. No, that is your brand. Your presence is your personal brand, right? So the more the intersection between these three images, the more you are in sync with yourself, and that's how your personal brand. What do you call that as?
Does that help you carrying it off very easily? Because
Yes.
it's more integrated?
It's more integrated because you are seeing yourself as the same. People are seeing you as your same, and it's also reflecting in your dress.
Yeah.
You're also dressed the same
Right.
way. So whatever you're feeling inside, you're dressing outside that way. So self and visual are same. And
So you're saying that you can you play with the intersection also? Can you play with the intersection?
Yes.
Like sometimes it can be more, sometimes it can be less.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It can be less, it can be more. Again, I'm saying, so when people are perceiving you, or you're going outside and making those impressions, we call first impressions, right? So those first impressions actually depends on different what do you call, different traits, like different situations. The first impressions could be based on the situation around the other person and yourself. Say suppose if I'm meeting you for the first time, so probably in a chaos situation, I might have a different first impression of you, right? So if I'm meeting you say first time in a beautiful party or somewhere wedding, or where there is a lot of energy and around that, positive place, I might have a different impression about it, because
Yeah.
the situation around you is also playing,
Right.
right? So it is just not your trust or thing. At times you might be ready for that, but the situation around also will have that effect. So we should be mindful of those.
Thank you so much for sharing all this information. And I shall be leaving your contact in the description box so that people can reach out to you.
Right.
And
Just before winding up, so I'm actually doing this as an what we talked about, self-image and all. So I'm actually coming up with a workshop called Presence. So it is, I don't call it as a workshop because it is more of the self-discovery process. So everybody will have their own journey. So it's not like I'm sitting before a camera and talking. So I might give an introduction. I might give you exercises. People will have to do those exercises and come to me. And then, which most of us, most of it, what I have done with you, right? So few of them might be those exercises, right? So it actually helps them to find where they are in their self-image, what people are perceiving, so that they can fill those gaps, right? And then once this is done, I will do a one-on-one with them in this thing. So once everything is there in place, they are ready to talk to me. I will do a one-on-one with them and help them with their presence. So for me, it is really about working on self-journey. Your self-expression is more of an image consulting. Yes, you will have to look again appropriate for vacation wherever you are, but you should never lose your self-expression.
the takeaway from this for me is like you should be willing to look.
Yes. Why
Even
not?
if you don't want to look, you should be willing to look.
No, my question is why do you don't, I mean, why is that?
No, I'm talking about like for example, as a kid or as growing up, I never really bothered what top I'm wearing, what bottom I'm wearing. For me, clothes never really mattered in that sense, except that they just do, So somewhere I understand that I've taken the body not so seriously. I've taken it light. Whereas if I look at Vidur, who's like 6 or 7 years old, he will make sure that he has a matching top and a matching bottom and a matching shoe and a this and that. So I'm like, oh wow. I mean, how does it get any better than that? Like, because I have learned and I've seen you and I've worked with you and I understand where you're coming from. So for me, you opened up a world that I've never received from before.
Yeah.
So when I'm saying a person needs to really look, it's like I can go about my business saying, yeah, I don't require it. But at the same time, what can I become if I actually receive from it?
Yes, there you are. So because it is actually a beautiful tool, right? As an healer, you give us all different tools, right? So this is as a tool I am giving to you. Dressing is a beautiful tool.
Yes.
Use it. Anyway, you are not going walking around
Instead of
naked.
having a judgment about, instead of having a judgment or a conclusion about it, it is always open. It is always a good thing to receive whatever it can offer, so that you can play around with it.
Right. It will actually help you to enhance your you as in a person, Niveditha, as your brand Taurus, or right. So it actually helps you to build that brand, and it will give you an urge over others, right? So it is a beautiful tool. Like I tell people, like use it to your advantage. See, again, you're not walking naked, you're covering your body, right? You're not walking, you're covering your body with clothes.
Might as well do it well.
Yeah, do it well if you're right? If you're right, so that it works for you, it works for your image, it works for your growth, it works for your family, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Sushmita.
Thank you so much, Niveditha, for having me here. I'm so happy. that we can't. So yes, I hope let's continue doing this more and more.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me here.
Yeah.
Happy Mage. Thank you.